Today on MUFC Pulse, we'll dive into some incredibly intriguing news. Amorim sets sights on Bournemouth midfield duo, and Enzo Maresca offers a surprising take on free Kobbie Mainoo. For more on this story, check out the video. We also have some equally exciting football news coming up, so stay tuned until the end to catch it all. Welcome to MUFC Pulse. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell for more updates. United eyes Bournemouth duo as Amorim plots midfield overhaul. Amid the disappointment of failing to secure all 3 points, there is intriguing news emerging from Old Trafford. Two Bournemouth midfielders are reportedly on Manchester United's radar as part of plans to revamp the squad, particularly in the central midfield area. Young England international Alex Scott, one of the players being closely monitored, is viewed as a prospect with immense potential and a good fit for manager Ruben Amorim's vision, as he prepares for a potential overhaul in United's engine room. In addition to Scott, the United States national team captain Tyler Adams has also piqued the interest of the Old Trafford hierarchy. Adams is seen as an experienced option to bring greater balance to United's midfield play. Discussions around a possible £40 million transfer for Adams had been mooted ahead of the January window. However, those plans are now shrouded in uncertainty after the 26-year-old picked up an injury during the Premier League clash that ended in a draw against Manchester United. The potential move will hinge on further clarity regarding the severity of his injury and recovery timeline. Enzo Maresca weighs in on free Kobbie Mainoo campaign. Kobbie Mainoo is perceived as being trapped at Manchester United, with calls mounting for the Red Devils to release the English midfielder as soon as possible. This sentiment was vividly illustrated during United's match against Bournemouth at Old Trafford, when Mainoo's brother, Jordan, was spotted wearing a t-shirt emblazoned with the words "Free Kobbie Mainoo." Jordan stood at the edge of the stands, proudly displaying the black shirt in support of his younger sibling. The message was clearly aimed at the club, which has left Mainoo's future uncertain thus far. The 20-year-old midfielder has seen limited playing time this season. He has appeared in the Premier League on just 11 occasions, all as a substitute. In several fixtures, Mainoo has remained an unused substitute on the bench. Kobbie Mainoo is a product of Manchester United's academy who shone brightly under Erik ten Hag. He had become a mainstay in the 2023-2024 and 2024-2025 campaigns before the Dutch manager was sacked. Ruben Amorim's arrival changed everything, casting a shadow over Mainoo's prospects, as he has not been afforded many opportunities since. Transfer rumours surrounding him have been circulating since January, with Chelsea reportedly emerging as serious suitors, yet United refused to let him go. On one hand, Amorim appears unwilling to start him regularly. Recent reports suggest that Kobbie Mainoo will not be allowed to leave Manchester United in the January transfer window. The Red Devils still regard the player as a valuable asset for the future, too precious to offload at present. Addressing Mainoo's situation, manager Ruben Amorim had appeared somewhat testy when questioned by reporters before the Bournemouth fixture, yet he did leave the door ajar for the player to change his mind. Amorim indicated he would always be willing to speak with Mainoo should the player approach him. This suggests that the manager maintains a belief in the importance of direct communication between coach and player. The Portuguese boss went on to explain that the opportunity to alter his thinking is open to any player, but ultimately, performances in training and matches are what truly count. Amorim acknowledged that Kobbie has not been playing many games, but he also stressed that the player had already been given opportunities, particularly during the previous campaign. He seems to imply that the onus is now on Mainoo to demonstrate consistently why he deserves a place in the lineup. Amorim concluded by affirming that his primary focus is on the team and striving to win the next match. He understood all the interest and hopes placed on Mainoo, but insisted he would only select the player he believed was the right man to bring the team victory. For Amorim, the collective success of the squad clearly supersedes the need to satisfy public pressure regarding any individual player. Responding to the escalating situation at Old Trafford, Chelsea coach Enzo Maresca offered his views when speaking to reporters after his side's victory over Cardiff in the EFL Cup. Maresca admitted that it is deeply regrettable to see a talented young player like Kobbie Mainoo suffering from a lack of minutes on the pitch. While expressing sympathy for the player's plight, Maresca emphasized that he did not wish to interfere excessively in the internal affairs of another club. Furthermore, when pressed on rumors of a potential move to Stamford Bridge, the Italian tactician implicitly confirmed his club's interest. He revealed that Chelsea had indeed made efforts to sign Mainoo, but the outcome remained as the public already knew: United was still reluctant to release the player. This scenario places Mainoo in a difficult position, torn between loyalty to his boyhood club and the necessity of regular football to continue his development. On one side, the support from his family, exemplified by his brother's Free Kobbie Mainoo'S protest, highlights genuine frustration with Ruben Amorim's perceived rigidity in squad rotation. If United persist in retaining Mainoo merely as a squad player without clear assurances of game time, they risk stifling the potential of one of their most prized academy graduates. Mainoo's solitary start came in United's now infamous Carabao Cup defeat by Grimsby Town, a point which further fuels the arguments of his advocates. In the recent thrilling draw against Bournemouth, Mainoo was restricted to just a half-hour cameo, coming on as a substitute for goalscorer Casemiro. This pattern suggests that Amorim currently views him primarily as a late-game option rather than a central figure. Bruno Fernandes breaks silence on Man United future. Manchester United captain Bruno Fernandes has recently opened up about his future at Old Trafford in a candid interview that has sent ripples through the club's faithful. The 31-year-old Portuguese midfielder hinted that his long spell with the Red Devils might be drawing towards its twilight, revealing some rather startling insights following the thrilling draw against Bournemouth. This revelation has left many fans pondering whether the club's most influential player could soon be waving goodbye to the theatre of dreams. Fernandes disclosed that the club's hierarchy had been open to selling him during the previous summer transfer window, amid substantial interest from Saudi Pro League side Al Hilal, who were prepared to table a mammoth offer. Although no deal materialized, the knowledge that United were willing to let him go came as a genuine shock to many supporters. Such behind-the-scenes maneuvers highlight the ruthless nature of modern football transfers, even for a player of Fernandes' stature. Yet under Ruben Amorim's management, Fernandes has continued to prove himself indispensable, serving as the heartbeat of the side. This season, he has delivered impressive returns with 5 goals and 7 assists in 16 Premier League appearances, remaining the creative force that is so hard to replace in midfield. His leadership on the pitch has been a beacon of hope during what has been another turbulent campaign for the Reds. His brilliance shone through once more in the recent clash with Bournemouth, where he curled in a spectacular free-kick and laid on an assist. But even amid such on-pitch heroics, his post-match reflections carried a poignant note. He wishes to remain at United only for as long as he truly feels wanted by the club. This honest admission underscores the importance of mutual respect and appreciation in keeping top talents committed to their clubs. Looking ahead, Fernandes has shared his aspirations for fresh challenges. He expressed a keen interest in sampling La Liga in Spain and returning to Italy to compete for major honors, a league that holds deep personal ties, as one of his daughters was born there. These potential moves would allow him to experience different footballing cultures while chasing the silverware that has largely eluded him at United. A return to his homeland of Portugal also features in his thoughts, with Sporting CP the natural choice. He fondly recalls his happy times in Lisbon but stressed he would only go back if he could arrive in peak condition, contributing meaningfully rather than merely trading on past glories. For a player who broke through so spectacularly at the Estadio José Alvalade, such a homecoming could prove an emotional full-circle moment. In a particularly endearing glimpse into his character, Fernandes even envisaged winding down his career at a humble level, perhaps in local district or amateur football. For him, playing at that grassroots stage evokes a pure love for the game, surrounded by mates and the community, a far cry from the bright lights of the Premier League. This down-to-earth vision reveals a footballer who remains deeply connected to the sport's humble roots, beyond the glamour and fortune. Reflecting on his journey, Fernandes' career has been one of steady ascent since moving to Italy in 2012 with Novara, followed by stints at Udinese and Sampdoria. It was at Sporting CP, however, that he truly exploded, notching 63 goals and 50 assists in 137 matches before making the switch to Manchester in early 2020. That £47 million transfer in January 2020 quickly proved one of the bargains of the modern era for United. Since arriving at Old Trafford, he has become a modern-day legend for the club, amassing an extraordinary 103 goals and 93 assists in 307 appearances. Now, at this crossroads, whether to stay and fight on or seek new horizons elsewhere, Fernandes' next chapter will be eagerly watched by millions of Red Devils fans around the globe. Whatever path he chooses, his legacy at Manchester United is already securely etched in the club's storied history. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comment your opinion.